There we go. What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? I know it's been like 2 days. It's been like 2 days, and it feels like it's been so long. Honestly, I'm so used to doing this every single day. So the fact that I even took just a few days off, honestly, just felt so weird. But we are back with another episode of Gym Finders. Now, one thing that you can automatically see on your screens is that we do have some lined up already, and some of you may be like, used to us figuring all of these out during the stream. But one thing that I will say is that on our last stream, we did have so much to go over. I mean, we went over a little bit of Fusion. We did an interview with some of the moderators and the admin from Fusion to kind of figure out what all is going on there. M Content was live in the building and absolutely blowing the roof off the place. And so they made a lot of noise. So we're going to have them on the stream today. And then also we do still have some room open. We do have a spot open possibly to talk about a fourth crypto of the day. So with that being said, that's what we're going to be kind of going over today. We do have our sponsor of the day, which is going to be Disciplina. So shout out to them. We're going to be going over them. We'll jump into Fusion. They actually did create like this overall accumulation or compilation of all of the information for a lot of the different aspects of the Fusion blockchain. So that's something we'll go over today. I'm super excited about that, as I think we'll finally be able to kind of wrap up that aspect. Fusion is one that has been quite a weird experience with them. Like the first time we checked them out, I wasn't quite sure about them. The second time we checked them out, I would talk to some of the people on the team and they kind of explained to me what it was all about. And the third time, we'll finally be able to look at all the information presented in one piece and figure out what exactly we think. So I hope you guys are super excited about it. Now, if you are new to the channel, if you're new to the series, if you don't know what we're doing here or what Gym Finders is, what Gym Finders is going to be a tournament style, show or series or season or whatever you want to call it, in which we go through it for, maybe a few weeks, usually 3 to 4 weeks at a time. We're going to look for a whole bunch of different cryptocurrencies that I think have a lot of potential, that the chat recommends, that Twitter recommends, just kind of dependent on where we get it from. We'll go in, we'll give them rankings based off of a few different things. One thing in which you can go ahead, and if I do go ahead and I pull up here, one second, you can see that we do these rankings based off of a few different things. So there's two different ranking systems. We have ranking system number 1, which is going to be our established ranking system. And then we have ranking system number 2, which is going to be our speculative ranking system. And if you do want information about how these ranking systems work or which ones we're going to be targeting, definitely go down to the description as I explain it there. But in terms of the tournament itself and determining how we do get to we do get these rankings and these percentages, we are going to be basing it majoritively off of our established ranking system. Now, the whole goal behind this series, the whole goal behind the season is to put the spotlight on some of these new cryptos that I think have a lot of potential, the ones that I truly think do meet certain criteria in terms of fundamentals. And I think as they do go forward, they do have the potential to be hidden gems in the sense that they can lead to some success, whether that be just the overall utility and actually they have some type of development in terms of changing the world, or whether they do see some growth in price that, of course, brings some money to the investors' pockets. So with that, that is going to be a brief description of exactly what we are going on. At the moment, we do have our top 5 looking like Meta Hero number 1 at 92.5%, Peacock Coin at number 2 at 91.25%, Gorilla Diamond and Pink Panda at 87% apiece, tied at number 3, and then Bank Social at number 4 with 84%, and Healing Potion at 80% based off of, again, our established ranking system that is going to go off of creativity, longevity, progress, presentation, utility, and security. Now, one thing I do want to say, guys, is I am in no way an expert in this field, okay? These ranking systems are just solely based on me. These are mine. They're my ranking system, and they're just kind of like the things that I value in terms of creativity and all of these things. So they should not be taken, into consideration when you are investing in these cryptos. It's simply just an extra aspect of your own research doing. So last thing I do want to say is that next week, guys, I'm actually going to be heading out to Las Vegas to help corner my coach in his UFC fight. He's going to be fighting Cameron Else in UFC Dillashaw versus Sandhagen. So I'm actually going to be out in Vegas from Tuesday to Saturday. So we are actually wrapping up this season very soon here. We're going to have another 6 days. Then whenever I get back, it's going to be the season finale. So if there are any cryptos, if there's any crypto projects, cryptocurrencies, if there's any companies that you want us to check out that you think has a potential to work its way on top of this list and knock out one of our contenders, definitely start leaving it below. Take the link to this video, go put it in your chats, go let people know that we are here, we are active, and we are shedding the spotlight on some of these brand new crypto projects. And if you think that it has a potential, definitely do not hesitate. Don't wait to get them on here, because the season is coming to a close soon and it is going to it's going to start getting pretty close soon. So with that being said, guys, I hope everyone is having an absolutely fantastic day. I did, of course, want to shout out just a few people in the chat. Let's see. Who all we got in the chat here? So we have some recognizable people. We're going to, of course, jump into our sponsor today in about 30 seconds here, but you guys know I love shouting out the chat. We have Ed Woods, we have George Garcia, Kyle Haydock, we have Kieran, Aki Nishi, we have Steven Andresen, we have Raja Vintan, we have Brody. What's up, homie? What's up, Brody? I love the name Brody. So what's up, everyone? I hope you guys are actually having a fantastic day. RMA, shout out to you as well. And yeah, so I think it is about time that we go ahead and we get this thing going. Shout out to you, John C. What's up, homie? So the very first one that we are going to be doing today, in which we will be talking about, if you can see my screen here, there we go, is going to be Disciplina. Again, they are going to be our sponsor of the day, and they actually look to have a lot of potential, in which I am excited to share with you all. So Disciplina is actually going to be taking a very creative approach into what they're actually trying to do, and that is going to be the targeting of more of the educational industry in a way, and you'll understand that in a second here. What they're looking to do is to develop the first blockchain to create verified personal profiles based on academic and professional achievements. So let's go ahead, let's jump into the white paper and let's get an idea of how all this works, because there is a lot of information to portray, and I want to make sure that we do, we're able to cover all of these grounds in an efficient amount of time. And anyone who does send any super chats, like quick shout out to George Garcia saying Apex Finance launched 56 hours ago. Shout out to you for the $10 donation, and then of course shout out to F&J Garage for another $10 donation with a funny little video there. I appreciate it, and if you do send any super chats from this point forward, guys, we will definitely go ahead and we'll check it out as soon as we get through this sponsor of the day. So the way they start this off, they say, in today's world more than ever before, the idea of lifelong education, a continuous search for new skills throughout your life, is becoming more and more relevant. The need for this arises from the fact that searching for new skills can improve your quality of life by making you knowledgeable about the current economic and social changes. Through this, you can become more prepared for current realities and thus have a bigger potential on both on the cultural and professional level. So Disciplina is a functional blockchain for project and educational and recruiting spheres. It provides transparency of activity and creates the conditions for maintaining the confidentiality and the reliability of the information added by system participants. Disciplina doesn't use any other blockchain and is being developed for the demands of the educational and recruiting fields, taking into account the specificity of their activity. And of course, we can see page 7, which we want a second. Now, one thing that I do really enjoy is the fact that they have put this together so well. You can tell that these sentences and just the overall presentation is well thought out. I think that's absolutely crucial to a project that does want to be taken serious as they do, because as we will see, they're trying to target the educational sector, meaning they may be dealing with teachers, recruiters, tutors, students, etc. And if they have a website or a presentation that's not well put together, realistically, no one would take them serious. And so the fact that they have put that effort into there is super important. So as you can see here, they do apply, they do have many aspects within the blockchain or within their project itself, such as smart contracts, cheap transactions, POS consensus, web of trust, and private chains, which is something that we don't necessarily see from Bitcoin, Ethereum, INEO, or even our EOS cryptos. So with that, let's go ahead, let's go forward, let's see who they're targeting and how they are going to overall execute on this thing. So academic institutions are the first ones in which they are going to be looking to see participate within this blockchain. State and private offline and online organizations, children's educational institutions, universities, academies, etc. So all of your institutions. Then we'll also be looking at any person that is studying or would like to find an educational program for themselves or for their friends and family. So of course your students, like maybe your college students, or you're going to graduate school students, or things of that nature. Of course, tutors, offline and online tutors, coaches, instructors, teachers, psychologists, mentors, etc. And last but not least, we're looking at HR agencies, private HR specialists, platforms for personal search and recruitment, employers, and entrepreneurs. So within the realm of, it's not necessarily just education, but it does seem to be targeted more towards that field. But it can also be employed within some of these things, such as HR agencies, private HR specialists, etc. So one thing you can see here is that they're in no way a meme coin. They are targeting something that's very real, and they're targeting something very professional, and you can see that by the overall professional approach and display of their white paper here, which is absolutely fantastic. So the project mission is to create a multifunctional blockchain for keeping a unified register of academic achievement and qualifications in order to generate a scoring system for every user of our platform to somewhat score you on an achievement spectrum, which is pretty interesting. So their goals, let's talk about their goals, and then we're going to go down and we're going to talk about how they are going to be able to deploy some of these different aspects of their blockchain to appeal to, again, educational institutions, students, etc. So To create a universal blockchain that will store our personal achievements in a digital form and guarantee their permanence and credibility, which is something I really do love about blockchain, because I think crypto makes that possible. You know, that decentralization, but overall deployance of something that is permanent is something that's appealing to me, that I think would be useful in most things in society themselves. You know what I mean? To offer an effective algorithm for candidates searched by their fields of expertise, and lastly, to develop a mechanism of monetization of the data stored by educational institutions. So key capabilities of the Disciplina blockchain. What are they going to be, using in order to achieve some of these goals? And then we'll talk about a bit how they are going to apply this to each aspect. The opportunity to store the data on personal achievements in digital form and to provide the access to the data through the unified platform, guaranteeing its permanence and credibility, like we just said, very important. An effective search tool by candidates' achievements in their fields of expertise. The opportunity for educational institutions to monetize the data stored based on student academic achievement, and then the establishment of a career goal where the system will develop an optimized educational path aiming towards employment in a desired company. So seemingly, somewhat targeting that post-graduation as well. Like once you graduate, being able to be found and to also find some of these companies of your choosing based off of certain criteria or things that you're looking for based off your achievement, how well you did, and things of that nature, of course. So let's see. So what are some of the problems? Because of course, every, good crypto and the majority of things that do well in life, especially in terms of business, smash the like button, by the way, in terms of business, solve a problem. When you solve a problem, you establish longevity. I mean, that's typically how that goes. So the field of education is currently experiencing a range of issues, some of which are the differentiation in the data stored in various educational institutions in different formats and a low level of trust in the system of education itself. And so they're looking to solve that. So in terms of educational institutions, the impossibility of efficient exchange of data on an academic achievement between institutions due to the lack of unified register. So basically the way in which some institutions may register information is different than others, which creates this, there's variables there. Once there's variability employed, then that kind of, gets a little weird, right? And then there can become a lack of trust, a lack of credibility. It's just not fun, right? High risk of paper documentation lost in the archives of educational institutions. You never know when something will just burn down. And I'm like, it might sound funny and it might sound jokes, but it's true. Like whenever you store things in physical form, like there is that potential loss, where in terms of blockchain, it's almost impossible unless there's some type of breach of the blockchain itself. Paper versions, ULTGGG. I see you guys. Trust. I see you. Paper versions of the documents can be easily altered or falsified, which is something that blockchain also does solve a lot, especially in terms of NFTs and things of that nature. I definitely am a fan of that as well. And so I do understand that application there in terms of how it can benefit educational institutions. Now, for students, the lack of credible ratings of educational institutions and teacher qualifications is a real thing. Whenever I was in college, which I'm not anymore, I could not do it anymore. But when I was in college, I would say that there were a lot of different websites and ratings and rankings. It was just all different. Everything was weird. And, having something that was a little bit more unified would definitely have been well. Now, I chose the school that was in my town, but whenever I was looking to go out of state, this is something that I could see being definitely beneficial. The lack of trust in academic qualifications due to difficulty in proving their authenticity, and then the difficulty in creating an educational plan to a particular employment goal. Now, for recruiters, there's the difficulty of searching for the specialists with required qualifications, a lack of trust in academic qualifications of candidates, because of course you can just falsify, pretend, just make stuff up and just say you're qualified or credible to a certain extent, which could not be true, which in terms of blockchain can be solved because it's really hard to falsify things in the blockchain space, right? And then the impossibility to qualitatively assess the candidate's work experience. So this is what they're going to allow. This is how they're going to solve all those problems. So the field of education will be able to store the data in a distributed system offering access through a personal profile of the user, such as academic history. There is no risk of loss, of course. Each student receives a score based off of this history and based off of this achievement, and the entire academic history is offered in one place as one unified CV. To restore trust, value, and importance to the educational process and the system as a whole. Now, for educational institutions, to store the data on the Disciplina network, while the integration into existing or new CRM systems provides the opportunity for quick retrieval, meaning they don't have to go through these long processes to retrieve it, and it makes things fast. And if you ever went to college or uni, colleges are slow, okay? To award grades using online testing and automatic upload to the grades onto the blockchain. So not only are they going to be looking at your achievement in terms of what all you accomplished, but also they do provide the ability to store your grades and your GPA and all of these things on the blockchain as well to be easily accessible to said recruiters, in which we have talked about before. And then It will also allow to record the data in blockchain, which makes it impossible to alter or forge, which may not be the best for the students who are trying to give themselves an A when they didn't get an A. But for the most part, that overall stability and security and trust is going to be there. And then the opportunity to monetize the archived data on a student academic achievement and qualifications by providing recruiters with access to it, of course, with a purchase ability. For the students to become more easily to choose the educational institution and program due to the objectiveness of the rating system. It also guarantees the reliability, integrity, and permanence of the data. And then last but not least, it allows them to devise a fixed educational path suited to their career aspirations. Where do they want to go? And it provides them with the information in which they want, the information which they need, which is important as well. And then last but not least, it applies to the recruiters to narrow the research, to trust the reliability, and then to register the data on work experience and employee achievement by using blockchain. So as you can see here, there is a lot that goes into it, and it is something that we're not too used to, especially on this series, because there are so many cryptos that do have very basic, incredibly basic at that, use cases, right? But for something like this one that does want to accomplish something so big, it is a big step. There are a lot of things that go into it to be able to achieve something of this nature. But the fact in which they are approaching, an aspect of life that I think does have there is the potential application of blockchain and crypto to that space. I really do like it. And you guys know what I say 24/7. I truly believe that crypto is going to either outperform or replace almost every single aspect of, society and life in general, and one point or another, dependent on regulation, of course. And so I do like this one. And the educational field is not one that I have seen become targeted just yet. Smash the like button even more, but it's not one that I've seen targeted yet. And the fact that they are targeting is definitely interesting. It's creative, it's unique, and those are things in which I'm very, very excited about. So how does it work? Well, there's a private layer and there's a public layer. The private layer is going to be focused more towards the students and educational institutions. And then the public layer, of course, is going to be focused on witnesses and recruiters. So let's kind of talk a little bit about this, and then we'll go a little bit more forward in terms of, just some of the more tokenomics and token technical pool and things of that nature, right? So the private segment does not allow any data except hashes to open access. This is done to store private and personal user data, as well as those materials that are protected by copyright or commercial confidentiality. And that's important. It's one thing I was curious about whenever they started this. I was like, I don't want as a student, I wouldn't necessarily want all of my information to be accessible by everyone. And so the fact that there are private layers that will create that confidentiality is definitely important, because, your information it's valuable and you don't want everyone to be able to have it, right? Witnesses check the validity of the segments within the private blockchains of the educational institutions. They will manage public chain of blocks on which data created within each school is hashed. The witnesses won't have access to the data itself, only the hashes of the data to ensure that reliability and security, but they don't have over access to all of this information. An educational institution is any state or private online and offline organization that conducts any and all educational activity. Private tutors are also included, and it can be even a simple marketplace offering the sale of study materials. Every educational institution has its private chain and the opportunity to monetize educational records there. Then we do see recruiters and other interested parties, such as they are offered paid access, there we go, to the information about the academic history and achievements of the students. And then that goes into like the public layer, which is the public segment that provides access to the data that verifies the integrity of the private chains and the reliability of the data stored by the network. So again, I know there's a lot that goes into it, but this one is very interesting in terms of how they approach it. Right. So let's talk a little bit more about, the tokens, the token distribution, and how all of this is going to work. Now, one thing in which I will, I would say is that it's going to be, this is one of those cryptos that has such a strong use case in terms of overall utility within society itself that it's not going to operate, and the tokenomics aren't going to be the exact same that we do see within other cryptos, but we can kind of go ahead and see how all of these ratios are going to be divided, because some of these cryptos that are focused more towards like a business rather than just a project, you typically tend to see a little bit more within sales, or a little bit more within the team, or a little bit more just in terms of overall marketing and development, which is a good thing. But of course, there are those inherent risks of security. Now, one thing I will say is that the likelihood of a crypto that goes so far into depth as this one, I think that it does mitigate a little bit of that risk. I think that if someone wanted to scam someone, they wouldn't necessarily put all of this thought into something and try to solve all these problems and come up with a fantastic idea, because at that point, I'm like, you might as well just do it. You know what I mean? And so I think even as a crypto like this one may have control over a little bit of the token supply than other projects, there is that credibility establishment through just overall input of effort, right? So Let's see here. So in traditional pseudo-decentralized models such as POS with compulsory delegation, for example, the key organization is responsible for the entire community over a long period of time. The performance of the entire system depends on this organization and not the community. In order to ensure real decentralization, a technical token pool will be formed after the launch of the mainnet. This will prevent one stakeholder from having the majority of the stake and thus the ability to influence the functioning of the network, which would be destructive, right? So that's a good thing. Technical pool will be formed in such a way that the share of tokens from the total volume of tokens will issue will be 45%, and this will be distributed between 3 independent organizations. These tokens will be non-transferable and will be gradually distributed between the ecosystem participants as a reward for validating transactions and supporting the network. So your typical staking process there. Thus, tokens will be distributed in the following ratio. Token distribution after the launch of the mainnet, which puts 55% to token sale and 45% to the technical pool. And then after the token sale, 78% goes to sale, 20% to team, and then 2% will go straight into bounty campaign. So as you can see here, there is minting on Disciplina, which is going to be just another aspect about it that I think does add some utility that I think is pretty important. And overall, you know, you can see that the use case here is very, very, very deep. And I know we are running a little bit low on time here, so I'm going to kind of move forward off the white paper and kind of just talk about some other aspects of the token. But one thing I want to highlight is just the overall extreme use case in which they are targeting, which is very, very, very appealing to many other, just to many investors in general. Now, they do have some smart contract audits, which are absolutely fantastic, and I think they are important. We do see QuantStamp, they did get their smart contract audit. As we can see here, they do have their overall assessment. Whenever we do look at their total issues, the majority of them are going to be very low, or all of them basically. There's going to be 3 informational risk issues which aren't that serious in terms of malicious activity, and then 2 low risk issues which have been worked on, which are absolutely fantastic as well. Now you can see here that they do have a lot of partners in terms of who they're working with, such as Happy, which is one we saw before, Rock and Block, Pools, AppySwap, Academy School of Blockchain. So we can see that they have been doing a very good job of establishing themselves as a true company rather than just a project. You know what I mean? We can see here that we do know who is behind it. We do know who's going to be the co-founder, the 2 co-founders, the VP of engineering, and then a CTO. Now, the CTO being, a little bit more behind the scenes is not necessarily surprising, because they typically do tend to be the ones that are working a lot in terms of the technical side of things, and so they don't need to be distracted, right? And so with that, one thing that I must say is that they've done a very fantastic job of establishing this thing as a truly established business. And that's one thing that I always like to talk about on these different cryptos, is that it's not all about the project. It's not all about the hype. It's, that makes me like projects. It's not about just all of that. There's also other things to it. Guys, you could have told me I look like I got shocked by lightning. Look at these little things. But it's not about all of that all the time, right? What we want to focus on is, okay, what is going to be appealing to investors? And what's really appealing to me in terms of, how they've developed this thing is just the fact that they've taken so many steps to establish this thing as a business and start to take the steps in terms of, okay, look, this is what we're targeting. This is the steps we're going to take to get there. When we get there, this is how we're going to increase longevity. This is the use case in which we're going to present at certain levels. This is who our team is. This is what our vision is. This is what our goal is. And overall, I am a really big fan of the way in which Disciplina is going about this. I think the POS protocol is absolutely fantastic. And so the application of that, especially mixed in with the, immense utility in which they're targeting, I think provides them with a lot of potential to see long-term growth. And so with that, that's definitely one that I'm keeping my eye on. And so that is going to be about it for Disciplina at the moment. I know we're coming up on about 20 minutes or so now. And so with that, if you do want some more information about them, if you do see your screens now, you can see that if you do go to disciplina.io, their Telegram, their Facebook, their scans, their Twitter, their Instagram, and all of their other links are going to be there. So again, definitely go check them out. So woo, guys, that is going to be our sponsor of the day, and I know you all are excited. The chat has been absolutely popping, so let's go ahead. Let's jump into the chat real quick. Let's see what everyone's all excited about, and then we're going to jump into our very next one of the day. Let's see. All right, let's see what we got. So shout out to I'm Zeus AF for the $5 donation. Actually, let's go all the way back up, as I don't want to miss any of these super chats in which we did receive, and then I'll jump back into the chat. One thing I must say is that the Ultimo GG group is on fire today. I mean, they are in full effect, and this is what I'm talking about when I say let us know. Come make some noise. They're making noise. It's what we like to see. So we'll likely be able to get to them before the end of the stream. Ultimo GG sending the first NFT into space tomorrow live on YouTube. You need to review this. Crypto making history. Cheers, Tyler, for all your great work. Shout out to you, Neil Mercer. All shout out to you. Thank you for the $20 donation, homie. MU with the $11 donation. I don't see a message here, of course, but shout out to you, MU. Andrew with the $5 donation. Again, no message, but I do appreciate the support as well. Let's go ahead. Let's make sure we're not missing anything. Hey there, take a look at Crusaders of Crypto. I actually was in contact with Crusaders staff. They did message me, and I think we're probably going to get them on the channel pretty soon here. I'd be pretty surprised if we don't. I know the community's been blowing us up recently, so hey, maybe we'll get them on at some point. Fully fledged roguelike dungeon crawler with BNB rewards on weekly leaderboard competitions. Much love from the Baby Shark Squad. Shout out to Intricate Lotus with a $10 donation. We have Merca Baradio. Hey, have you checked out Crusaders of Crypto yet? They launched a bit ago with a F2P game. Before launch, have an interesting NFT patch coming in the near future. Yeah, shout out to you for the $20 donation. We'll definitely be getting them on the channel sometime soon here. If not today, I'll definitely stay in contact with them, and we may be able to bring them on, or who knows, maybe we'll just be able to check them out on stream maybe tomorrow, or maybe today, dependent on time. Time is always super dependent, and I know Crusaders of Crypto is always like, they're always kind of like at the very end, you know, like, but it's just been a really busy couple of days, right? What do you think about DYOR token? They give back to victims of scam coins. It seemed like a good project. They're coming on the channel soon here. I've been talking to them as well. We're getting a lot of these cryptos on the channel. And then last but not least, shout out to I'm Zeus AF for the $5 donation saying Apex Finance. If you guys do want to see it, of course, let us know in the chat. So, guys, let's go ahead. Straight Pat says this channel is amazing. Like your honesty and energy, bro. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, homie. All love. I think it's time we check out Fusion. I think it's time that we check out Fusion, guys. I know a lot of people are excited about it, and I think it is time. So one thing that was sent to me that I'm sure you guys may have had access to is that we do have kind of a compilation of their white paper here, in which we can see a lot of this other information. Shout out to Steven Anderson. Get that work, dude. You got it. But one thing in which we can see is that it's going to be a very brief thing. And I should probably, honestly, let me see. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to check out Brandon. Let me know before I even check that out, because I didn't necessarily ask. Brandon McGrew, I see you in the chat here. I'm all good to show that white paper, right? Let me know. I'm not 100% sure if it's like kind of been circulating or not, just because I know it's like a how do you explain it? Like it's like the early version of it, right? Like it's just kind of like one of the first developments of it. So Brandon, make sure I'm good. Like I'm good, right? I can show it. I see him in the chat. Give it a second. Let me do that because I don't want to show anything I'm not supposed to. And then when he answers that, we'll push forward and we'll get this thing going. We have a donation here from Ald Nishi Fusion. Shout out to you. We got Aki. Sorry. Okay. Sure to share. It's unofficial. Okay, got it. Cool. Okay, so this document, again, it's unofficial. It is kind of just like a compilation of all the information in which we've just been looking for. It's just a place that puts all this in one place. Okay, so it's good to know. Good to know. A lot of info. And so let's go ahead. Let's get into it. So the vision. Now, again, guys, this is all going to be unofficial. It's not officially released yet or anything like that. So don't just fully base your whole opinion off of this, but just kind of use it as like a token for research, right? So many cryptocurrencies that are developed today are in terms of developing one token at a time with specialized use case. While there have been individual tokens that have succeeded, most have failed with this model. Also, fair warning, I drove from like 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. last night. I was driving for like 7 hours. So if you catch me yawning, I'm not bored. I'm literally just tired, okay? So Fusion Chain is taking a different approach by creating a multi-coin ecosystem aligned with a single vision and development team. This allows for multiple investments to work together as each unique coin release adds value to other coins. To the others. Using the analogy of planting trees, the traditional model of planting a single tree makes it easier to knock down versus several trees planted together where the roots get linked and grow stronger. By the way, we're at 100 concurrent viewers. We're at 100 viewers right now, and at 42 likes, I need that thing to be at 75. So if you're enjoying the stream, if you love the info, smash that like button before I have to start doing the annoying mic tap thing, and you guys never like that. So in addition to multi-coin system, the next issue to solve is blockchain scalability, which is a big issue. As blockchain technology progresses, it needs to be as future-proof as possible in order to scale and support higher volume and more complex applications, which of course does help with just in general worldwide adoption of cryptos, right? Well, Fusion Chain will be a fork of Solana, currently one of the fastest blockchains available. However, Fusion will be adding some improvements to ensure scalability. Solana was built using a programming language called Rust. This lesser-known programming language has inhibited new developers from migrating over to its blockchain. The dominant programming language for blockchain developers is Solidity, and Fusion plans to build its blockchain using just that. This will solve the issue that Solana is facing by allowing for developers to easily migrate over and support cross-chain capabilities. Now, that's something we've been seeing a lot recently, right? We've been seeing kind of like a lot of these crypto projects forking off of some of these more established cryptos and, building off of them. And I think that is a part of the reason why we are seeing crypto just really grow so much, right? Because the ability to take some of the lessons and take some of the errors and the faults from other cryptos that have seen success and create even further technical success from that is going to just continuously allow crypto to scale. And I'm excited to see how the future does lie in, that type of environment, right? So Fusion Chain is a hyper-deflationary multi-coin self-sustaining ecosystem, a one-stop shop crypto environment where each coin works together to apply buying pressure on one another. This will culminate into a super blockchain that will support 1 million transactions per second, the fastest in comparison to all available blockchains. Each coin or decentralized application that gets released will build on top of one another, and most will require holding the others to reap the most value and return on investment. Now, another thing is if you do want a kind of just in-depth breakdown of this from the input of a person within the team or on the team, definitely go check out the last one. We interviewed a guy named Andrew. I really put him on the spot and I didn't mean to, and I feel bad about it, but he explained it super well. He talked about how there's going to be those congruencies and how these things are going to work together. And then we also talked to Brandon, who is going to be high up on the team as well. So definitely go check that out if you do want to hear it kind of from their own words rather than just reading it or anything like that. So Fusion Chain's ecosystem can be thought of like a city where each dApp has a role in supporting the self-sustaining economy. Tesla Safe, so there's going to be multiple aspects. And, we got Tesla Safe, Rise, Passive, Boba, BTCE, Priz, Res, Swag, SEC, Superb, and Synapse, or Synapse. Is it Synapse or Synapse? I think it's Synapse. I'm not sure. Oh my God, Panda, Jesus Christ. Panda, Josh, and my mom are friends, by the way, guys. Shout out to them. Anyway, so as we can see here, there are going to be multiple aspects about the total project itself that are going to build this self-sustaining and somewhat self-growing economy that I'm actually pretty, excited to see it because they have some of the most moving parts that I've seen from a newer crypto project. And I'm excited to see how they all do work in congruence with each other to develop something that is going to grow in the long term, right? So next, all of these dApps will be bridged together by the top 7 blockchains to support cross-chain capability. These will then get absorbed into a super blockchain that will support over 1 million TPS. Next, with speeds like this, it opens up opportunities for developing applications such as social media sites, your typical Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc., and other applications that have heavy transaction volume. Finally, a Fusion hard wallet will be developed with a Visa, MasterCard, PayPal integration with all 10 ecosystem tokens plus BTC. Wallet will have tap capabilities, be drop proof and waterproof, and will use Synapse as a bridge. Or Synapse. I have no idea what the word is. Is it Synapse? Put 1, Synapse put 2. I think it's Synapse. That sounds better. As a bridge to convert transactions from crypto to fiat. So let's talk about how each one of these dApps is going to go, when their roadmap is, when they expect it to release, and how it's all going to play into effect and how they're going to work together. So Tesla Safe is seemingly the one that is the most excited at the moment. Shout out to Brandon McGrew. Shout out to you, dude, with the $50 donation saying Fusion put the coin where our protocol is. I love that. Shout out to Brandon. So let's kind of talk about this, how it's going to work. So Tesla Safe. Tesla Safe is the one that people are the most excited about seemingly at the moment. People are really talking about it, and I will say that the charts are pretty impressive. I'm not going to lie. You guys know I'm not really big into compliments. I'm not going to really compliment things too often, but I will say that the charts are pretty impressive on this, to how the technicalities of their tokenomics are working with each other to allow it to see pretty sustainable growth. So a hyperdeflationary token engineered to be the most deflationary asset in the world. Similar to Bitcoin, it is the original store of value and first mover's advantage. But for the Fusion ecosystem, it will be used for payment, staking, games, lending, and NFTs, etc. Then there's the next one, which is going to be Rice Farm, or Rice, a decentralized exchange for all coins in the Fusion ecosystem in the future super blockchain. Rice will function as an exchange token and will also support staking and yield farming. So that's going to be important. That's going to be a very important part of the ecosystem, and that's kind of a major part of their fundamentals in the foundation establishment which, as we can see here, they kind of compare to roads, pipes, electrical lines, sewage, etc. So passive, this is one that we were going to be seeing pretty soon, September 2021. We're in July now, so maybe about 6-7 weeks. This will allow you to earn reflections in Tesla Safe, Rice, and BUSD, which is of course a stablecoin pegged to US dollar, just by holding. So now they are implementing not only some of the other aspects that we do see from other cryptos, such as, you know, lending, NFTs, staking, games, payment, etc., but now they're also applying to that crowd that does like to see some more little passive income, which is going to allow people to, you know, be rewarded in some of these other, you know, cryptos such as Tesla Safe, which they are trying to establish to store value, or Rice, which you can of course stake and yield farm. You can receive those reflections simply from holding it. And so as you can see, there is kind of that congruency in terms of how they operate and that interoperability in terms of, you know, you have this one and it affects this one and you can be rewarded in this one, and how they all work together in this blockchain, super blockchain type of idea. Okay, now the next one is going to be Boba, a stablecoin pegged to USD. You'll also be able to stake TS to earn USD pegged USDB. So just another, you know, aspect in terms of staking. And now I do like the fact that they are looking so far into the staking idea. I think staking is going to be important simply for the fact that we are seeing that big evolution right now where people are talking about the proof of work protocol and how that's going to work, and that people aren't necessarily the biggest fans of it due to the environmental effects and how it does incentivize the increased use of energy, right? And so I think staking and the proof of stake protocol is one that a lot of people are excited about going forward. I think as, you know, energy, legislation revolving around energy, such as the California bill that passed that's going to be banning the sale of gas-powered cars in 2035, I believe, or 2050, one of the two. I think all of those things are going to also be applicable to crypto, because there's going to be even a further incentivization to be eco-friendly. And I think they can apply this staking to that, you know, appeal, as people are going to be looking for those options there, right? So whenever it comes to these two, passive is considered the, the forex of the entire thing. And then Boba is kind of like considered the bank. Now, synthetic assets pegged to Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, etc. You'll be able to stake TS to earn these assets, which is pretty cool. Being able to stake this one for your other, for some of your maybe more your favorite ones, such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, etc. Or they'll be pegged to them, of course. And I like that. I mean, I think that's pretty cool, and it gives people even more incentivization to want to own it, which makes a lot of sense, right? So all of these ones that we're going to be looking at from this point forward are going to be coming out 2022 possibly, okay? Now, another interesting thing, and you know, this is going to be one of the ones I'm excited about, is going to be prize launch, which is considered the business development, which makes a lot of sense for what it is, which is going to be a launch pad for projects that can lock liquidity or tokens and linearly vest them, right? And so one thing you can kind of notice is what they've done is they've taken, you know, so they forked Solana, of course. So kind of in terms of the technicality of how it's going to function, we can see that they've taken, you know, some of the past things, fixed errors, and then made them better, right? And now what we can see is that they've taken a lot of the things from all of these other cryptos in terms of, okay, like this crypto is doing well because people like their launchpad. This one's doing well because of reflections. This one's doing well because it's hyperdeflationary. This one's doing well because they have lending and NFTs and staking in games. And they're creating their own ecosystem of all of these other cryptos. So if you want to, you know, be able to buy something that you can do staking with, you want to buy another one with NFTs, another one that has all these different aspects, you can buy the ones in their ecosystem, and it further incentivizes you to buy within the ecosystem because they are so congruent with each other that you can be rewarded with your other cryptos, right? And it's pretty cool, right? So instead of having a whole bunch of random cryptos that have multiple different functions, you can have all of these cryptos, random cryptos, that operate within each other, that allow each other to grow. It's very interesting, and now you guys are kind of starting to see why it took me a few days to really get into this one. The first time I looked at this, I was like, no, I didn't understand it. It was hard to understand. There wasn't something like this that explained everything. I just wasn't really a fan. But once you really dig into it, you can start to really see the bright idea here and how far out they're thinking. And they have big missions. They have big goals. And they're doing quite well. I honestly must say, we're going to rank them today. And I hope you guys are excited about that. If you are, smash the like button. But let's see. So Going forward, they're going to have Resolve, which is going to be a lending platform for taking leveraged positions, which of course is pretty cool. We have Swag in exchange for buying and selling personal NFTs, which is just another great aspect. I love NFTs. I think they're going to absolutely blow up toward maybe I don't even know if I can say that on YouTube, and I don't care. But towards the end of this year, we're really going to see that explosion. Let's just go with that of NFTs, and I'm excited to see how that does grow and help grow. I think that NFTs are going to really become a part of the crypto ecosystem very much more towards the end of this year. And so them potentially coming out with this towards the middle of next year will allow them to kind of visualize some of the errors other platforms make and kind of allow their token to not be flawless, because nothing's flawless, but definitely build off of, some of the past and previous things we do see happen towards the end of this year and the beginning of next year, of course. Now, next up, there is Seclusion, which enables users to transfer crypto anonymously. The main token will also be deflationary and will enable major crypto on-ramps to anonymous wallets, which that's kind of like a, not necessarily the most utility in terms, but I would say that it definitely does help with overall convenience. And so I'm excited about that one. There's then Superb, which is going to be a governance token for supporting Fusion the super blockchain transactions. We then have decentralized social media, which is interesting. It's one that'll take a little bit longer, and I think that is that's a big goal. That's a really big mission. That's kind of like one of the most difficult, in my opinion, just in terms of how we are going to possibly, how do you explain it? To see them, the things that we'll see them accomplish, I think this may be one of the most difficult, just because there's so much that goes into it, right? But what they're going to do is fund the development of decentralized communications and social media dApps that rival Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Gmail, Instagram, TikTok, and Reddit towards 2024, so about 3 years from now. And then last but not least, we'll be looking at Synapse. We'll go with Synapse, a Fusion hard wallet which will be developed with Visa, MasterCard, PayPal integrations with all 10 ecosystem tokens plus BTC. The wallet will have tap capabilities, be drop-proof and waterproof, and will use Synapse as a bridge to convert transactions from crypto to fiat. So as you can see, utility is not in the question here. Utility, there are many cryptos that this is their only utility, to be quite honest. Or this is their only utility. Or realistically, this is their only utility. They have taken multiple different aspects and are genuinely creating a super blockchain. And that word applies here really well. And I'm becoming a fan of this project. And it's something that surprises me, because usually my first, what's that word? Interaction? I don't think that's the word. But your first blank of something or someone, I'm usually right about, right? And I was wrong. I was genuinely wrong, and I'm excited to see how this thing does develop. And so we have kind of talked a little bit about Tesla Safe and Rice Farm and how all of these do work. But, let's kind of maybe talk about Tesla Safe example. And we'll really make sure that we do understand this one, because Tesla Safe is the one that a lot of people are excited about. And what I want to go ahead and do is pull up why. So maybe if I can go, let's see, if I can go here, I want to show you guys what I mean. Let's see. I haven't checked the charts in a few days, so I might be setting myself up for failure here. But yeah, look. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. There we go. Look at this, guys. That is actually very impressive. I mean, I cannot even lie, right? Because, oh, look, there we go. Now it's loaded. Look at this. Even during this crash, even during this fall, they have just shown time and time again that they can move well. But one thing I noticed when I looked at this is it's healthy growth, though. Let me explain. Look at this. So I'm not going to do technical analysis today. We don't have time for that. But one thing I wanted to show is that they're moving in a healthy way. They're not just mooning, right? They're not just blowing up. They're not just growing with no real reason or no pullback. And these are a few good examples. So you guys know, very briefly, not going to get into it, but very briefly, you guys know that basically in general, when we see these big growth patterns, we need to see healthy pullbacks generally to a few different levels. Between our 382s or our 0.5, which is this green zone, or all the way down to our 618 to our 786. When the price goes up from this point to this point and then falls, we want to see it enter into one of these zones, find support, and continue growing, and that's doing just that. So first, we saw this. We saw this big growth, the pullback right to our 618, establishment of support, healthy growth. Boom, from here to here, establishment, Boom, it fell, set that high, it fell down, establishment of support at the 0.5, continued up, upward continuation there. And it's every single time. It's time and time again. We see this big growth pattern here, boom, back down to our 382, etc. And so the price is maintaining well, and that's the crazy part. It's not only maintaining well, but it's growing healthily over long periods of time. Even right now, while, crypto's not doing well, it's not moving well, Tesla Save just does not care, right? Like, it's just wild to me. I mean, like, it doesn't even show us. Sadly, it doesn't show us the percentage there, but that's a lot. It's kind of bewildering. It's pretty insane, honestly, because they saw the fall. They saw this big drop. Don't get it wrong. They weren't immune to it. They fell all the way below their 786, but it was like from that point forward, they're like, no, I don't think I will. I don't think I'm gonna stay down here, and they just went back up. And they've just not stopped. It's pretty insane. It's incredible, honestly. And it blew me away. I'm not going to lie, it blew me away because my first take on this one was I don't like it, right? And I didn't like the Tesla safe, anything with Elon and then safe blank and blank safe or blank moon. I didn't like any of it. But then you dig into it and you start to look at it and you're like, golly, like, there's a lot to like. You know what I mean? So it's wild, okay? So let's go out. Let's go to their website, and then let's rank it. Let's rank it because I know a lot of people are excited to see what happens with this. I have no idea what this ranking is going to be. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead. Let's see. All right, so of course they're going to be on the established ranking system. One thing in which I will say is that they are still super speculative in terms of there's a lot of we want to do this, we will do this, but they've done a lot and they've proven a lot. I'm excited about it, okay? So, okay, let's figure this out. Let's see. Okay. All right. Creativity. Now, this is interesting. Okay. This is an interesting one because in terms of creativity, none of their use cases are unique from what I've seen all of the use cases of all 10. I think it was 10 tokens within the super blockchain. I've seen all of them. But I've never seen anyone try to apply it in this way and combine them all to be interoperable. And, not necessarily interoperable, but, what's the word? Complementary in terms of like, if you buy this one, it helps you with this one. If you buy this one, you can get rewarded in this one. And that'll help that one, which helps this one. The way they all work and the way in which they've kind of compared it to, like the banks and the ecosystem and Forex, it's great. And so creativity, I give them a 9. I give them a 9 for sure. Yeah, I give them a 9 there. I think some of the names could have been a little bit more creative. Like, again, the Tesla safe is one that you guys know I'm always going to criticize. I mean, there's no... As much of a fan of the project I'm becoming, I will just never not like that name. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Longevity, I don't see any issue with it, to be quite honest. If this is solely, though, let me remind you all, if they pull this off, okay? So... on Gem Finders, one thing we're talking about are new projects, the projects that have not proven themselves yet. They still have to get to the point in which they can be established, okay? They're still speculative. Some are more speculative than others, so that's why we give them a speculative ranking. These are established speculative coins, if that makes any sense. So, in terms of longevity, if they accomplish all of the things in which they want to accomplish, which they're going to run into roadblocks, don't get it wrong, they're going to run into things that are going to be issues, okay? But if they are able to accomplish this in terms of their overall utility, there's so much application here. I can't see that, there wouldn't be longevity there. Progress. Let's see progress. This is an interesting one. Progress is definitely, it's interesting because so they got Tesla Safe out. Let's go to their roadmap real quick. Hold on. Roadmap was on here. Okay. So, protocol launch, established core team. I wanted to see this too. Partnering with visionaries. Okay, so we don't really know who their team is. Okay, there's one thing I couldn't remember. Just for a second. Okay. Established Tesla Safe launch campaign. So we saw that. Rice Farm DApp begins development, which is out. Rice Farm is all good to go. I think. Rice Farm's out, right? Like, that's good? Like, that's all up and running? It might not be finalized yet, but it's definitely on the way. What I would say is that for the timelines in which they've set for themselves, they've reached all of them. They do have one coin release, and they almost seemingly have a second one released pretty soon here. 3 or 4 months. I would say they're making pretty good progress. I would say they're making pretty good progress. Seemingly, they've reached all their goals either as they set them or before. So I would say a 9 makes sense there. Okay, so presentation is definitely one that they're going to suffer on a little bit for now, for sure. I knew this ranking before I even gave it. I'd say 11. I would say that the presentation definitely needs a lot of work. You know, if they have a project, Rice Farm was released early June. Okay, yeah, I thought so. Okay, so if you have a project with this much potential, and there's so much going for it, and they genuinely have so many good things about it, the presentation of that information is crucial. Crucial. People need to understand the possibilities of this thing, right? Because look how long it took me to figure it out. Many crypto investors aren't going to put the effort into learning these things if they really don't care. Like, if they don't have a community of people who is like spamming them all the time, go check it out. You need to learn it. You need to understand it. Here's some information, blah, blah, blah. Like, they're not going to do it. And so the fact that they are coming out with this white paper that did put it together so well, I mean, so absolutely well, is such a good way of understanding it. We could see all of the info that we needed to see. All of that was in one spot. That's fantastic. But come on, let's try to catch it. Hope it don't stop the stream. Come on. Let's hear we back. Let's go! Oh my gosh, guys. Woo, that was close. Okay, we almost crashed. That was close. Okay. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh my gosh. Because I saw my stream start to crash. I was like, that doesn't look good. Like, I started to see it flashing red. And I was like, no, don't you do that. But we got it. Let's go. I'm so glad I figured out how to do that. Okay, let me get this up real quick. One sec. Any hoozy. I hate the fact that I just said that. Any hoozy. But, all right, let's go. Back here. We're back. Okay. Cool. Okay. Anyway, so the presentation definitely needs work, but they're doing a better job. They're doing a better job for sure. Utility, I would be an idiot to give. If they can pull all of this off, I'd be an idiot to give them anything less than a true 15, to be honest. And then security. We don't necessarily know exactly who is running the entire thing, from what it seems, but they've put so much effort and time and thought into how this entire thing is going to work. You know, I do think that security is a great thing. We've seen the audits. We've seen them be audited. What are we thinking about security? Let's see. What are we thinking about security? Let me see. I need to find just a few things I want to see. But it's just Tesla safe. You know, it's kind of hard. So we got 25. I wonder what is this 16% wallet right here? Remind me. Can someone remind me what this is? They have an audit firm of their own. Someone let me know what the 16% is. Security is a harder one with this one. They have their own audit firm, which that is a lot of credibility in itself, you know. 1 internal audit, 2 external audits every time. Yeah. I'd say security's probably pretty good then. Certic is auditing the Fusion ecosystem. I'd say Certic audit. So definitely some bigger audits. The burn address. Okay. I'm so stuck on security. I'm feeling like a 17. I think that makes sense. I think there's improvements to be made, you know, just in terms of that. And, you know, there's certain aspects of it where things are a little unclear in terms of like the token distribution. Just some things like that I think that as they do get their presentation up, that is going to allow us to see get a better understanding of some of these other things in terms of security, because clarity of information goes into security as well, and that's something people don't realize. But it's like we need to be able to understand everything, because the cryptos that scam you are the ones you don't understand what's going on, you know. And so I think as presentation goes up and as they do get like Certic and everything like that, I think 17 makes sense. Yeah, people seem to agree. Okay, cool. Let's see. I have no idea what this number adds up to. It's pretty dang on high, though. 19 plus 20 plus 15 plus 17. Should be like 71 or 72. Yeah. What is that? An 88. Ooh, I think that say they're partnering with Certic. We also in talks with Certic to audit. So perfect. Okay, so that's an 88.75. Guys, what does that put them at? Wow. Puts them in third. That's crazy. Wow, we got a new third place. To think, the first time I looked at this, I did not like it, and now we're looking at a and this is the thing. This is the thing, though. The only things that they need to work on are presentation, which as that gets better, security is gonna get better. Guys, if they release their white paper and do all these things and it looks good and like the presentation of all the info is very clear and we get a true in-depth understanding of everything, I mean that could be a very easy entry to the number one spot for them. Because say if their presentation becomes a 14 out of 15, right? That puts them at a 74 out of 80. That puts them at a 92.5, which ties first place. And then that increased security. If security gets better, I mean, that could put them at number one. That's all. It's literally all I'm looking for. So we're gonna revisit. They're now in the top 3, which does put them into the That does put them into our finals. It does put them in the grand finale. Grand finale. What am I on about? The grand finale. I said it again. Finale. Hold on. Let me type this. Which is crazy. That's wild. The fact that I looked at this and did not like it the very first time and just completely. I didn't rag it, but I mean I kind of ragged it. And now we're looking at them being in the top 3. That's insane. That's so crazy how this world works, huh? That's dope, dude. So yeah, that's that. That is that, guys. That's crazy. And we're at 73 likes. Turn up. Wow. Wow. So Fusion will definitely be one I follow. So that does put them in the top 4, which is going to be the top 4s are going to be the ones in which we do the tournament. We're going to do a 2v2, or it's going to be weird because there is a tie for 4th place right now, but it's all going to come together. We're going to do a little tournament where we put all of these together and we're going to compete, make them compete against each other. And then, so Fusion will be back on the channel towards the end of the month in which we do figure out exactly what they're going to do. And, wow. That's crazy how that happens. Crazy. See what the chat's talking about. Let's see if the chat's as excited as I am. Let's see. Check out Alt G. Alt G is just popping right now, guys. Let's see. M content coming up. Yep, we're gonna be doing M content next. We are here for M content. Shout out to you, Ryan Rivera, Meta Hero Baby. Alt G sending their NFT to space and is only 4 days old. That's wild. We're gonna check them out at the end of the stream. This is gonna be a long stream, guys. I'm just warning you now. We are excited. Their Rice Farm Swap Web UI looking sus. Yeah, maybe we'll have to check it out. Yeah. There's definitely improvements to be made. I think that's a part of presentation as well. All right. Let's see. Let's on to the next. Let's go into M content. All right, let's see. What is this all about? The world's first content marketplace. We selling content? I can sell my videos? Fueling the content revolution through fintech. I literally read that as French and could not figure out how that made sense in my head for a second. We have a quick shout out to WDM Vibes with a $5 donation. Says, hey bro, please could you check out Ultimo GG? They're sending the first NFT to space. Will be recorded with a view of the Earth. Yes, we are going to do that in a little while here. Shout out to you. So let's start here. M Content is introducing the world's first digital content marketplace that aims to build a collaborative content ecosystem with the core purpose of seed funding, incubating, and curating filmmakers and content producers around the world. This platform will create direct financing and investments for deserving content creators, film professionals, and media artists who have the talent but not the resources, giving them access to global investors as well as global audience. So it's an NFT platform. Let's see how it works. Our ecosystem provides a platform for content producers to auction, fund, earn, compete, create. Okay. Okay, so it's an NFT platform. Okay. Do they have a white paper? Let's see. How are they going to do this? Try to figure this thing out here. So profits already booked and 50% of the profit committed to the community. One of the biggest production houses in the world. Here is the first massive profit for M Content Family. First company in the world to launch a global level production on El Salvador while also giving the community real world profit. So it's a video. Okay. I'm still trying to just figure out where the it's not an NFC platform. Okay, my bad. Okay. I'm just looking for a white paper. Okay, maybe they don't have one. Not yet. Okay, maybe they don't have one yet. All right, let's see. So their vision: fueling a content revolution by creating scalability, mass adoption, and crowdfunding using the power of fintech and blockchain. Top right white paper. Am I blind? Our community. Seed fund. How it works. White paper, first page. Take a look. It's a film. The white paper is on top. Am I blind? Hold on. Wait, am I blind? Oh my god. Oh my god. It was right there. It was literally right there. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm telling y'all, I drove all night last night. I drove from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. I'm tired. Leave me alone. Okay. Creating a collaborative content ecosystem that self-funds and fuels the creation, trade, consumption, and production of content around the world. Leave me alone. God dang it. All right. Tokenizing content for the world's biggest crypto-based content platform. In brief, this is content revolution for the people by the people, connecting content creators, consumers, and investors from all around the globe in one platform. Okay, cool. I like the presentation of this a lot already. Let's see. So, creating a collaborative content ecosystem that self-funds and fuels the creation, trade, consumption, and production of content around the world. Okay. Fueling a content revolution by creating scalability, mass adoption, and crowdfunding using the power of fintech and blockchain. So let's see how they're going to do it. I'm looking for like the kind of like this is what we're going to do. You know, that thing. The announcement of in-content has struck the world of content creators as a new wave of hope and as a promising ray of light. Each year, millions of filmmakers and potential content creators graduate from film schools and content academies around the world. Only less than 5% of these high potential candidates receive the funding they require to start their first professional project, and therefore 95% of these aspiring filmmakers or content creators end up in alternate careers to meet their needs. That is actually very true. Oh, it's an it was my first impression. The word I was looking for earlier was impression. That's very true. Honestly, like whenever I was at UL, whenever I was only in architecture, but I had friends, of course, in all of the other works, the art program, which does apply to film and content creation and things of that nature. A lot of them, when they graduated, they had to go get other jobs and then establish, you know, filmmaking or something like that as a side hustle until eventually, hopefully, the side hustle paid off. And it's very true. M-Content is utilizing the power of blockchain to interconnect the world of content creators with a potential pool of global investors. In the years to come, M-Content will be established as a platform that changes the lives of those who have the potential, the capability, but do not have an audience by providing them access to a dynamic and self-sustaining funded ecosystem. We will enable not just the content creators, but also provide indirect employment opportunities to the hundreds of associated professionals within the film, music, and content creation industries. So how are they going to do it? That's the question. Investment and scale. Shared ownership of the platform. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. Shared ownership across the platform, global outreach from day one, seed scalability with large investor base, combined experience of many decades, content creators and blockchain specialists, and strong volunteer base, human capability, automated user base, accessing a 200K plus user base upon platform launch, content monetization from day one, and global content consumption, and then creating a stakeholding for content creators, filmmakers, YouTube, artists, musicians, celebrities, and token holders. Okay. I'm still kind of looking for the how. Okay, I think it's going to explain it a little bit later. Okay, let's see. So, M-Content is a tokenized content creation platform on the BSC Proof of Stake Authority protocol. All transactions within the official M-Content smart contract. Okay. What? Wait, hold on. Let me see what I missed. Hold on. gate. All right, anyway. Take a 10% transaction and disperse it in the following manner. 4% is allocated to Content Creators Fund, which is used in various ways to fund and pay for content creation. 5% is taken in order to build the liquidity pool on PancakeSwap, which is fine. And 1% is redistributed to all the holders. Oh, I really like those tokenomics. Okay, that is the type of tokenomics you need. Okay, pause. Okay, when we talk about many of these different crypto projects, I say this all the time. If you are going to have tokenomics, if you are going to have transactions, transactional fees, and you're branding your crypto around something, those tokenomics need to apply to that branding. And I don't know how to say it even more, but it drives me insane. Like, if there's a charity that has like 10% transactions, but only 1% of the total transaction fee actually goes to charities, I'm like, you're branding it for charities, but it's not even, it's not built around charities, you know? And I love the fact that with them, they have taken the approach of creating all of the majority of this is about what they want it to be about, which is going to the content creators. And I love that. I really like that. The other 5% goes to the liquidity pool, which is of course important for this functionality. And then 1% goes out to the holders to just reward the people. And that's how you build tokenomics. That's what tokenomics should look like. In my opinion, at least, you know, like it drives me nuts. Like, other cryptos would have did it just like this. 2% to the Content Creators Fund, 4% goes to holders, 2% goes to liquidity pool, 2% goes to marketing. That's exactly what that would look like, and it drives me absolutely insane. I love that. I love those tokenomics. Good. All transactions are limited under 1% of the total supply, which of course is important. Due to the initial burn of 30% of the supply, M content is hyperdeflationary in nature as the 1% reflections occur with every transaction. Okay. And look, someone says here, 50% of all M original profits go back to the community. 20% of all subscription revenues of M content platform goes back to the community. M content's beta is already out. Cool. Okay. So let's see the total supply. So 10 quadrillion tokens, 30% was burned, 10% transaction fee, 1% redistributed to holders, 4%. Okay, I thought this was going to be the distribution, but it's kind of weird. But anyway, okay, that was just kind of a weird way to do that. I thought it was like going to be total, like how they divided it. In order to seed marketing and longevity through the project, M Content conducted 3 private sale rounds followed by a DXL. The liquidity pool has an initial lock 1 year from launch. Okay, good, nice. The specifics of each round and amount raised is outlined below. 69 BNB, 200 BNB, 209 BNB. Okay. So let's see. The maximum 95% locked LP for 1 year. And I wonder if they have plans to continue the lock. Okay. The M Content token is being launched with an initial seed of $1 million and the content creators pool through its sponsors. Beautiful, nice. The tokenomics have been designed in a way that there's a 4% contribution to the content creator fund every time there's a buy or sell transaction. Like I said, I love that. In addition, 10% of the initial supply has been locked into the dedicated CCF wallet. Cool, good. Okay. As per our conservative estimate by the business team, the value of the M content tokens within the CCF is expected to be more than 50 million within the first month of launch, meaning that the platform will be able to sponsor thousands of filmmakers and content creators around the world. I love that. Hey, how long has this been out? Let me know in the chat. How long has this been out? Over the years, with the growth of the platform, the CCF will have enough funds to fuel a content revolution through a self-sustaining ecosystem powered by blockchain, which is great. The platform will also have content trading or requisitioning functions where a fixed percentage on all platform transactions will be returned into the CCF. Also, there's a payback mechanism in all funding contracts where the artist will return 30% of their consolidated earnings into the CCF. With the increasing dollar value from the 4% transaction contribution into the CCF, the token will also grow in value. Cool. Okay. Is this the how? I hope this is the how. Okay. Crowdfunding is the foundation stone of M Content. M Seed, which funds thousands of content creators and allows them to pursue their dream projects. M Originals, products that will define the legacy of M Content and announce our arrival to the world through global scale films, web series, short film. So, hey, okay, so, it's 1 day old. Oh, okay, this is really new. Okay. Hey, so is this more focused on films? Like, is this more specifically designated to filmmaking? Let me know. M-Browse, the browser function of M Content, which would transform into a leading over-the-top platform in the years to come using the power of M Seed and M Originals content. Okay, so this is the fun, and then these are the originals. Okay. The marketplace offering of M content, M trade. The marketplace offering of M content, allowing content creators and owners to trade, auction, buy, and sell content with a global audience of buyers and sellers. That's interesting. I wonder if that I wonder if that's a big market. Like, do a lot of people want to trade content? You know, like the co-creation and requisitioning space that will allow global content creators and their clients to meet all sourcing and transactional needs. Interesting. Okay. So the founders doxed, which is great. Very 18 hours old, getting out. Okay. All right, cool. M Original's first film exchange listings. I think people said they had quite a few. Content is vital to the project. Already over 500 applicants. No. So yeah, I'm talking in terms of content. Are we talking films and documentaries? Kind of like a not a Netflix, but kind of like a Netflix in a way, just with more. Is that what I mean? Like, is it more centered towards film, documentaries? M Originals are the film aspect of it, kind of like the HBO originals. Cool. Okay, good. All right, sweet. MC Global. Guys, shout out to everybody who's been in here, man. We've been over 120 viewers the entire time. Shout out to y'all. Drop a like. 18 more likes. We need 100. Okay, I'm kind of sad this is going to be on the Binance Smart Chain because I'm in Louisiana and we can't actually access anything Binance related here, which is annoying. Okay, so Hello John Doe, the world's first marketplace fueling. Look how they already have previews of it and they're a day old. That's fantastic. It's like a sign up, previous work, so that's where you put the work in there. You can see some of the other documentaries and things, so you can check out the films. Cool. Netflix, YouTube, and Twitch all in one. Cool. Huh, okay. Huh. 10,000. Okay, the strongest community of 10K people, branding and marketing. That's fantastic looking. Cool. World Bank versus highlighting the epic fight. So these are just some M originals. So these are things that some films that are going to be released from what it seems, featuring the life of Crypto Singh filmed in South Asia. This is the story of love, passion, friendship that inspires an entire generation of entrepreneurs in India. That sounds sick. So those are some of the okay, cool. So for every 1,000 applications, we will fund 50 creators projects. Wow. Up to $5,000 for short films, up to $20,000 for feature-length films, up to $200,000 for web series. How do they determine? Okay. How do they determine how much gets to who? Is it kind of like a... So this is a question. Like, if I was to make a short film and I needed $2,000, like, would they just give me the $2,000? How do they determine how much to give these creators? And then how do they know that the creators are actually going to use that money for that? Like, how do you know someone's not going to apply and just... Maybe they say that. Let's see. So, but how like, where's that credibility at? So Billboard, so this is just all marketing and stuff. We got beta platform, doxing, press and blogs, socials. Cool. Okay, good. That's all done. To play the video, media room. I'm not clicking any of that, but I'm assuming these are just kind of like cameos. Okay, let's see. So year one roadmap. So marketing, mentor. I'm looking to see if someone, professionals, mentors in the community. Okay. All right, so beta platform sneak peek, which I think we've seen already. Doxing phase 1, announcements from mentors committee, first originals, signing. They have they have a team of professional filmmakers that vet and approve the applicants based off of what they ask for and what they want to make. They also sign okay. So that makes sense. Cool. Nice. Cool. Okay. And so the experts or the people who've done it before, they can say you don't need 2,000 to make that. So it kind of they can vet it like they said. Okay, that makes sense. This is why I love doing this on stream, because people can answer those questions that I have. Q3, we're looking at beta app launch. I think they said that this is launched already. Not sure. BSC token launch, CoinGecko, MC'd reality show, Solidity Finance Audit, Doxing Phase 2, corporate and mega exchange listings, first 50 projects funded, first 4 M original projects. Okay. Launch of all the things in the Q4, so the end of this year should be a big year for them. So they are still very new, and so we'll definitely, I think we're going to give them a speculative ranking today. I think it's too new to give them established ranking because they haven't necessarily they're still in the very beginning, right? And I think if I was to give them a established ranking right now, it might not necessarily be the best just because they are so new, right? So I think what we're gonna do, let's go Alt 2. Let's go here. It's gonna give me issues, isn't it? One sec, guys, hold on. I gotta go up here, and then this pulls that up. Okay, there we go. It's such a weird process, but I think we're gonna give them a speculative ranking for now, and we're gonna give them like 2 weeks, and then we're gonna go back and give them established ranking. I think that's a better thing to do. So let's see who the owner is. The founder and CEO of M Content works as a CMO in one of the largest business conglomerates in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, currently managing the portfolio of more than 20 international regional brands. He has over 2 decades of experience in marketing, digital innovation, media, and entertainment, and is a true believer in disruption. The founder unveiled his identity from the set of MC, the world's first reality show for content creators. Cool. Okay. Yep, the app is launched on the Play Store, iOS to follow, just waiting for Apple approval. Okay, so it should be coming out pretty soon. Shout out to Mindbreak for subscribing. Beta already launched. Okay, cool. So they're making good progress too. Good. Got a full team here. Full team. Look at that. Good. Audit. In order to ensure the security and safety of our users, M Content is committed to a comprehensive security audit from TechRate and Solidity. We can see their results here. Let's see those. What sounds this? TechRate. I'm assuming they have some block gas issues. I see it's usually like number 9 or something. Yeah, there it is. DOS with block gas something. But other than that, it really doesn't matter. Okay, so no crazy fundamental very, basic issues there. They definitely should make that link go to a new tab. Let's see. Okay, so the audit looks fine. And this is disclaimers. Okay. An automated, self-sustaining, collaborative ecosystem that fuels content creation and also rewards the investors. In summary, M Content is the content revolution powered by blockchain. Man, I'm not sure if we're going to have time to do Alt GG today. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do it. Well, anyway, who cares? But yeah, we'll probably just do it today. It's fine. All right, how will these content creators be funded? So, of course, we have the CFF, like we did see, the CCF, Content Creator Fund. Who are the members of the mentoring thing? What other functions will M Content platform have? It's interesting. The Content Creator Fund is an essential part of the M Content ecosystem. However, this is just one of the many functionalities that the platform will offer. In the long run, this platform aims to be a self-sustaining, community-driven ecosystem that will fulfill creation, trade, consumption, and production of content around the globe. The functionalities on the platform will include content seeding, buying, selling, NFT trading, co-creation, requisitioning, publishing, streaming, consumption, and so much more. Okay. So they got some pre-sales. If all the money will be given to aspiring content creators, how will M Content as a platform make money? Interesting. The platform's revenue streams will be as follows. Monthly subscriptions for platform users. 1% of every buy and sell will be allocated to the platform development operating costs. 1% of every buy and sell will be allocated to the platform development. Okay. Well, that's... Well, hold on now. Hold on now, gosh darn it. You guys know I don't miss anything. Right here, it says that of the 10% transactions, so on buy and sells, 4% goes to the CCF, 5% goes to liquidity, and 1% goes to M Content holders, generating passive income over time. But this says that 1% of every transaction will be 1% of every transaction will be allocated to the platform development and operating costs, which is fine. If there's 1%, so is it 11%? Is there an 11% transaction fee? Interesting. Someone answer that for me. Or is there a wallet? Do they have a development and operation cost wallet that grows with that 1% that goes to holders? Is it considered a holder? Because it's not mentioned here, so let's see. Someone says interesting Alistair Ramaj. I don't know, check it out, man. But one thing you do have to understand is that these tokens that do have reflections, a lot of people sell their reflections. So if they're having the same amount, if they're selling the same amount, they're probably getting the same amount of reflections. You never really know. Someone answer that though for me. I'm curious on this 1% thing, because development wallet grows like a holder. It's a holder wallet. Okay, they should for sure change how they word this though, because this looks like 1% of every transaction goes towards development and operating costs. Okay. All M token holders will get a free subscription to the beta platform as well as a 3-month subscription to the full platform, which is cool. Okay. All right, interesting. I think we get it. I think we get the idea. I think we get the idea of this thing. Mission statement, some amazing stats. 200 videos released. Wow. Number of aspiring content creators receive seed funding. 5 billboards around the world. Okay. If there's anything else we may need to see. Let's see. Okay. Roadmap, and we saw this. Okay, so I think we do understand everything here. And then let me double check. I want to make sure this is like a real person. 500 plus connections. You Umar. Okay. Brand strategist. Group marketing chief, head of marketing, founder director, M content. June 2021. So yeah, still pretty new. Head of commercial division. So he's been busy. Director of sales marketing, national managing and marketing strategy. Okay. Interesting. Hey guys, leave the guy. The guy who said it was like a slow rogue pull, leave him alone. Like it. The thing is, there's gonna be people who don't like it. I mean, like if he thinks it's a rug pull, let him think it's a rug pull. Like there's really not much you can you can say. There's no point. Like just leave him. There's always gonna be people who don't like it. I mean, that's the name of the game. Okay, let's think about this. So, speculative ranking. So this is not a ranking that will go onto our list because it's not established yet. Like I think that there are just things that need to happen before then. Like, and they just launched a day ago, and I don't like to rank them too early, right? Like, I like to see them develop, and I like to see that they're gonna reach those goals and that they're not a slow rogue pull or anything. Like I like to give them a little bit more time before we give them a ranking like these. Okay, so we're gonna give them a ranking number 2. Creativity, I think it's pretty creative. I give it an 8. I think that works. Security, I think that tech rate audit was good. They're doxed, which is good. Liquidity locks for about a year, which is good. Trying to think. Trying to think. What are some other things here? Let's see the BSC scan. That's one thing I forgot to do. Let's go. Can I find their BSC scan on here? I hope it's listed here somewhere. I don't like trying to go find them. Where is their... Or do they at least have a contract number? I think it was actually in the white paper, if I remember correctly. Should be somewhere in here. I just want to go see how their holders are looking like and, things like that. Let's see if it's this. There we go. Okay, let's see. One sec. Had to send out a link real quick. There we go. All right, let's see. 7,000 addresses, holders. Just a deployer, I'm not worried about that. Burn address, not worried about that. I wonder, because I know they do have some investors and stuff. So this is what I'm going to have to look into a little bit further, but I know that, so it seems like they're holders, so these are holders, I think. So it doesn't look like there are any massive whales. Okay, these are people who got in. Okay, so these are people who look like they got in at like pre-sale. This is one we'll have to watch develop. That's going to be a hard call. Okay. I'm going to go with a 7 for now in security. For now. until some time goes by. That's kind of a hard balance because they do have their team is docs. We know who they are. They're clearly real people, which is great. We love that. We can see that the holders seemingly there's nothing too massive. There's not like any 5% holders from what I can tell, or just whales, people who just bought in themselves based off that cap that was put. They got a good audit with no issues there seemingly, but they are still brand new and there are inherent risks with being brand new. I'd say a 7 makes sense for now. The 10%, 9%, and 7% are holder wallets. Okay. Okay. That's pretty big then. Trying to think. I'll keep 7 for now with a very top wallets are the investors locked for 6 months. Okay. Let's just say, I'll say 7's fine for now, though. Like, on this ranking system, it might have been a little bit lower. But for now. Engagement. Let's see. So the chat's engaged, which is fantastic. I mean, they're pretty active in here, which we love to see. Let's see. I'll tag them. Let's see how they're doing. Good follower base. They retweeted this, which is pretty cool. Lots of retweets just in 4 hours, which is good. It means people are engaged with their stuff. I'm actually surprised to see that they're not getting more engagement on Twitter. That's pretty good, actually. They post a lot of updates, which is really good. That's what I mean by engagement. I just want to see that they're actually engaging with their crowd, which is always a good thing. Okay. How's their Telegram? What? Someone said no, they're not. No, they're not what? Okay. All right, let's see. They're pretty active, which is good. Okay, let's go engagement. I'll give them a 9. Like, there's really not much that goes into engagement. It's just like, make sure you're posting, make sure you're updating people. And it seems like they're keeping people pretty up to date, which is great. Presentation's fine. I would say there was a few little errors in there, things I didn't really like. Presentation's good. Marketability is fantastic, too. I think that is super duper marketable as well. I think another 13 is justified there. In progress, let's see. They're so new. Holder wallet is a nice name for developer wallet. Oh, they're not locked. Why you said holder wallets? I was reading out the chat. I was literally reading out the chat. Don't, hey, leave me alone. I was literally only reading out the chat. Okay. Okay. I feel like progress is probably one we'll not do right now. Just because. Maybe not. In a day, to only have launched about a day ago, you have 2 number 4s. Oh yeah, I know. It's because they're tied. But I would say that progress, their day old, their website's fantastic. Their presentation's great. I would say they're making good progress, especially for the beta already to be out. I'd say they're making good progress. Another 13, in my opinion. Okay, let's see what this is. Let's see what this is. I was gonna say they're a little bit too new, but just considering how old they really are, less than a month and launching a day old, like they've done good. Like okay. CoinGecko on first day, yeah. All of these things, all of those things are great for progress. Yeah. That's not even really a question. They're making good progress. They're moving fast. Now I know the highest speculative ranking I've given on here was an 88. They got an 84. Okay, so let's see what I think. I kind of forgot to look at the number. Let's see. 8 plus 7 plus 9 plus 13 plus 26 is a 63 out of 75. On a speculative ranking system. Again, speculative, not the established, but speculative. Divided by 75 is an 84. So I think that's number 3 for speculative rankings. And I don't really keep track of them as much just because it's not in the tournament or anything, but that's a pretty dang on good ranking already. They're making good progress. So what I need to see for them, is just a few more things. Like the security is definitely something that'll grow over time as they do get more audits and they just prove it. Like there is kind of that addition of security simply just from the amount of time that you've been out, and you've proven to be credible and you meet milestones as they have, and I think that definitely helps. Presentation, just the continuation, fixing a little bit of spelling mistakes and things in the white paper, I think that's important. Marketability and just things like that. So I think to see them on this ranking system, what I would want to see is that they definitely continue to prove their utility. Their security is something that is a bit in question right now with having such big wallets and things. And I think what they need on their website is a breakdown of, I think that on their website, they need to break down that total supply. Like go on BSC Scan, look at those biggest wallets and explain what each one is, because I think that definitely helps ease some people's minds. Like I know some people are saying some of them are locked and not locked or whatever. And I think that the telling people, look, this is what this big 10% wallet is. It's locked for this amount of time. I think all of that would definitely help get it on a security. Ranking system longevity looks fine because I think this is something that we will see is the transfer of content, in the film industry within crypto. I think longevity would be good. Progress, they're doing fantastic in terms of how fast they're moving. Presentation, again, just fix maybe a few spelling errors and, just keep doing what they're doing. And I think presentation also goes into the idea of the presentation of information and making sure we understanding the things in total of token distribution and things like that. And yeah, so okay, I think that's that one. So again, they got on a speculative ranking, an 84% right now, but I could definitely see if they do continue on for maybe a few weeks, and season number 2, we'll probably revisit them, see what they're all about, see how they're growing, and if they are making great progress and just proving that credibility and, adding some things. I would definitely like to see a token distribution breakdown, all of that. I think that with all of that, if they're able to do that, then we'll definitely see them on our ranking system, and maybe, who knows, within the top 10 for sure on our established ranking system. So yeah, so good call, guys. We've had so many good cryptos today. I mean, this is probably one of the most successful days for cryptos that we've seen in a while, like a while. So let me edit this. Let me update this. We have, okay, wait, I'm actually going to go ahead. I need to go undo like all of this real quick. So eventually these will go away. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, let's go back out. Okay, let's go to lineup. So Fusion was an 88.75%, which put them at 3rd place. And then we have M content on a Spec 84%. Nice. Good call, guys. Good call on M content. That's an interesting one. Good. Oh wait, we say hi Tyler, founder of M Content here. We also had a Solidity Finance audit completed. Big wallets are content, fund exchange wallet, and marketing wallet. Okay, so thank you. Definitely thank you for explaining that. I think it would be super important to put that, like the Solidity thing. I know that you guys did that Solidity audit was on the white paper, but I think just the token distribution, I think that's super important to add to the website, and I think that'll help people feel a little bit less nervous maybe about some of those bigger wallets and just knowing exactly what they are and if they're locked and things like that. I think that could be a great addition. Thank you, Crypto Jared. Shout out to you, homie. All right, guys, let's do it. Jump into the next one. This is the longest stream we've done probably ever. But it's for the people. Ultimo GG. And I was gone for 2 days, so I got to make it up to you guys. Okay. Woo! Let's jump into the chat. Certic audit is the only one that matters. I agree with that. I think Certic is the most credible one, but I think taking the baby steps to get there is, I think that's important as well. Let's see. Shout out. I think Brandon McGrew said something. I'm up approximately 500% and growing since Rice pre-sale was less than a month ago. Our next DApp is PAS, which is passive, and I intend to be among the top 5 holders. Let's go. Shout out to Brandon McGrew. No FUD, was just being honest with my findings. Thank you for a great video once again. Absolutely, Allison. No problem, man. And no, I didn't think it's FUD. Like, I mean, it's kind of probably considered FUD. But you're giving your opinion. You're giving your opinion. And you can't be mad about that. Like, I think everyone giving their opinion and talking about what they think is important. I hate when cryptos, like Discords or Telegrams, kick people out for asking questions. Or, if they're concerned about something and they express their concerns like, yo, this looks a little weird. Like, can you explain this? I hate when they just kick them out. And I'm not saying that's what they did, but I'm just saying I think, like, that's why in my chat I didn't tell Alistair not to say anything. Like, hey, state your opinion, man. This is crypto. Like, crypto is supposed to be decentralized. Like, it shouldn't be like, oh, I'm just kicking him out if he has an opinion different than mine. No, like, yeah. So, Alistair, it's no issue at all. No issue at all. Shout out to you for the $20 donation. All love, homie. All love. See, like Bill. Bill doesn't like Ultimo Go. But hey, that's his right. It's his right to have that opinion. And I love his opinion. I love everyone's opinion. All right, let's see what this thing's about, though. Let's see if I can find it really quickly. Ultim. Oh, that was fast. Oh, it's esports. I love esports. Okay. Oh, this is good. Oh, look at this. We're going to go back to that in a second once we know what this does. All right, let's see. Yeah, shout out to you, Alistair. No issue, man. No issue. Thank you. Oh, wait, I think I moved my computer. Hold on. There we go. Okay. The game-changing esports token. Look how good this is, guys. I love that. I love that. Like, that's like thumbnail worthy. Okay. Alt GG will democratize esports and give gamers... I've heard of this one. Okay, I have heard of this one. Whenever I was talking about GMR to someone the other day. Would democratize esports and give gamers and content creators around the world the power to build a better future through gaming. Come join the global revolution. I really don't want to play that. Hold on, let me make sure my sound is off. Yes, it is. Okay, let's just see if there's any like. No, stop it. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see. Introducing Alt GG. Let's see what it's all about. Killer prizes, NFTs, boot camps, streaming platform, merch. Join our global revolution. Interesting. Okay. Alt GG is the revolutionary gaming token from Ultimo GG. Let's see. Get rewarded for everything you do on the platform, from winning tournaments to creating content and contributing to the community. And spend your Alt GG on the Ultimo GG platform and our partners. Purchase NFTs or even create your own featuring your greatest gaming moments with Ultimo GG or wait, let's see. Let me read that again. Oh, that's cool. You can turn one of your best gaming moments into an NFT. That's sick. Ultimo GG or convert Alt GG into fiat to turn into your dream of career. To turn your dream of a career in gaming into a reality. Man, that's a good idea. So you can turn like clips. Wow, that's pretty cool. So you can like let me read that again. Get rewarded for everything you do on the platform, from winning tournaments to creating content and contributing to the community. So if you do all that, you get rewarded with Alt GG. Then you can sell that Alt GG for money if you do want to kind of be like a gamer. I'm gonna tell my roommate about this one. He plays games. He likes that type of stuff. Oh, look, it's me. Anyway, cool. Okay. So how does this work? Let's see. Total supply is 1,000 million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. Let's see. 5% liquidity, 3% to holders, 2% to development, 2% to marketing. Yeah. I mean, one thing I will say about this one is that with these gaming tokens, they do spend a lot of money on marketing to get gamers to do the tournaments and things, and then they have to pay the gamers and stuff like that. So I have noticed that they do need a more high amount of the funds, but the issue with that is that there is that increased risk there. So it's something to monitor. That's an interesting breakdown there. All right, let's see. A groundbreaking end. My voice is starting to get a little bit raspy, guys. So we're gonna start to speed this up a little bit. A groundbreaking in development platform created to handle any tournament requirements. The Ultimo GG platform NFT marketplace will give creators the chance to not only sell NFTs for fiat and Alt GG, but create new ones directly. That's cool. Become a gaming legend by competing in our adrenaline-fueled League of Legends tournaments and stake your claim for the top of our leaderboards. History awaits. What's Bootcamp? Give players a grassroots journey to train hard with coaches and pro players, with Ultimo GG nurturing upcoming esports talent. So you kind of, they teach you. They basically, like, they some of these pros, they teach you. So there's money that'll need to go into that too. So that kind of increases that funding. Okay. Streaming and on-demand video content capabilities fully integrated into the platform, which is good. I do like that because, like, if you're going to be a gaming platform, you definitely need a Twitch-like feature or something like that. Live events replicate the rush of adrenaline found in our online tournaments, which is pretty cool. Amateur to pro. Ultimo GG's platform is designed to unearth raw, exciting esports talent and provide a one-of-a-kind complete framework to enable the stars of tomorrow to shine under the Ultimo GG banner. Then there's news and content. There's a lot that goes into this. Good. All the best gaming news. Ultimo GG is committed to supporting independent game developers and will build a platform to which devs can launch careers, not just titles. Cool. Okay. Killer prizes from top-end hardware to big money for competing in our tournaments. Commercial offerings, esports management. Okay. Weekly tournaments, player achievements tournaments, leaderboards, events calendars, Alt GG tokens, prizes, etc. and more. Okay. Then there's going to be an Alt GG wallet. This is sick. Look at this thing. That looks pretty dang cool. They've been around since 2017 as a legal entity since 2017. Okay, good. So that does definitely help with like credibility. I really do like the design of this. And you can see like how you would be able to transfer it and do all of those things, be able to sell it and transfer it to fiat, etc., or track it to see how the price is doing. Transaction history is cool. Will be the only platform in the world to allow gamers to not only sell NFTs but create NFTs of moments that occur on the platform. I really like that. I'm not gonna lie, that's a really cool thing. Like, imagine you hit like a freaking, imagine being like back in Black Ops 2 days and you're hitting like a dang on like a whatever. I don't even remember the names, but like you hit a trick shot and you can turn it into an NFT and sell it or something. Like, imagine if your favorite creators were There we go. I hate that, guys. I hate that. I hate that. I don't know why it does it, but we're back. We're good. Oh, it frustrates me so much. Okay. We're good. We're good. We're back. All right, cool. Man, one thing I noticed, if you guys remember my earlier streams, they used to just crash and I'd have to restart it on a new stream. It would drive me insane. But I fixed it. I know how to fix it. I literally have to exit out of OBS as fast as I possibly can, reopen it, relaunch it, troubleshoot it, and start it, and it usually works. It's just so annoying. It's so irritating. I literally have no idea why OBS does that. But I have a secondary computer up right here in which I can see when it freezes, and it gives me like a split second to go fix it. So what was I saying? I was looking at this. But I do, so anyway, I was just saying basically that I am a really big fan of this idea. I really do like the total idea of being able to take some of those crazy moments that we see some of our favorite content creators, especially like, you know, and maybe if you're like watching Warzone, or if you're like what's that game? Guys, where it was like where you would be able to play soccer but with cars or something like that. I can't think of the name. I'm so out of the gaming world for so long. But just so many of those things, you know, and I'm like an Apex guy. And so like if you could watch people play Apex and clip some of their favorite moments, you can maybe buy it from the creator and be like, yo, I own this guy's like crazy trick shot. You know, that's cool. I love that. It's something I haven't seen before, and it allows people to further monetize. Oh, Rocket League, that's the name. But you can further monetize some of you know, some of your expertise with gaming, which is something that's pretty cool. So let's talk about what you can do with it. So you can use it to sign up for the subscription service, create content, contribute to boot camps and training sessions, compete and win in tournaments, raise awareness of Alt-G through other platforms, watch ads and other users' content, invest in NFTs, purchase merchandise and hardware, and tip your favorite esports stars. Okay. Rocket League. Yeah. What's your email, Tyler? Go to the description. And you'll see you'll see my what's it called? My email. So let's see some problems to solutions. Let's see. Maybe we can. Oh, look at that. Cool. Okay, good. Other platforms reward users with no reward value in currencies. Ultimo GG rewards users with Alt GG that can be redeemed for fiat at any time, which is definitely good. Other platforms such as Twitch take up to 50% commissions on revenue streams and disincentivizing small-scale creators and community building. We take 0%. Wow. I'm not going to lie, guys. YouTube takes 30%. All donations I get, they take 30% of it off top before taxes. It's quite frustrating. Another problem is aggressive algorithms not based on principles of community building or shared success, encouraging homogeny of content and gatekeeping. Ultimo GG will actively promote users' content and not keep engaging content behind paywalls, which is good. The industry is fragmented and there's currently no community-led hub for players and content creators. Ultimo GG will be the beating heart for gamers and sports enthusiasts around the world. Interesting. Okay. What stands out to me the most, I think, though, I have like if you think back on GMR, there's a lot of similarities here in terms of what exactly they'll do, but I think that the being able to create NFTs based off moments from the platform really stands out to me. Really. That incentivizes gamers to use that because there's monetization possibilities there that there aren't really in other places that I can think about. Okay. Roadmap. Let's see this thing. And then we'll kind of get, I'm not sure if I'll be able to rank it yet because I don't know how new it is. Let's see. So this is a very broad roadmap. Maybe there's a better one. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Whitelist. Arranging initial audit by certing, marketing dive and beta sign up, create partnerships, live tournaments, merchandise, engage dev team, and build out platform and wallet integration, regular AMAs on Telegram. Continued marketing strategy, build an army of gamers and influencers to market the platform, build partnerships with traditional sports teams, community live streams, partner with charities, invitation-only beta test, and finalize platform build. Okay, so the platform itself won't be till 2022. So I'm assuming we're probably going to do, this one is going, how old are they? Someone let me know, how old are they? How old is this platform? Because I think this is going to get a speculative ranking for now as well, until they just make a little bit more progress. Go to market and get market dominance in the tournament platform space, host tournaments on our own, build out streaming platforms such as Twitch, etc., live events in the UK, and then further expansion. Okay. Whew. Let's see this. All right. Let this load 1 sec. They're 4 days old. Yeah, so they'll probably get a speculative ranking for now. They got 11,000 holders in 4 days. That's a lot. Let's see how this is developed then. Okay. So no major whales, which is great. I wonder if there's a breakdown of those tokenomics anywhere. Like what that 30% is and things like that. I didn't see it though, which is actually pretty interesting, unless I missed it. Let's see if we can see. I need to see a token distribution breakdown ASAP from them. I'm assuming a lot of this has to be, what is that 30% wallet? That's what I want to know. This is definitely going to get a speculative ranking because it's similar to, let's go here. It's very, oh gosh darn it. Hold on 1 sec. There we go. And then we'll go back here. It's very similar to the one we just went over, M content, in terms of being new and doing well, but still having information that we need to see. So you hear some dude is bashing you in videos. Who's bashing me in videos? I mean, I don't care. Like, who is it? Wait, who is it? Maybe we can have fun with them. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, let's see. Ranking 2. Okay. I wonder if he's talking to me. Someone says you sound stupid. Everrise is audited by Certic. Stop hating. I wonder if he's talking to me. Anyway, so creativity. I love that NFT thing, dude. I'm so big on that NFT thing and be able to, figure some of these things out. Okay, so creativity, I'll give them an 8. I'd say an 8. That's typically like when you have good creativity, but we've kind of seen all this before, but it's good creativity. I like it. Don't forget to check Twitter. My bad. Sorry. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm on the whole wrong ranking system. Okay, we're good. Okay, cool. Let's see the Twitter. Upcoming additional marketing plan. We are currently onboarding one of the most prestigious gaming PR and influencer marketing companies in the world. We are currently onboarding an award-winning ad agency in the UK. We are buying huge digital ad screen space for multiple one-week periods throughout London and strategic locations. We are in advanced negotiations with 3 top football clubs. Cool. Okay. So they have a lot going on in terms of marketing. Marketing, there has to be a lot of spending on marketing. They're launching it to space tomorrow. Oh, look at this. We'll be launching the craft taking. We will be launching the craft taking the first ever NFT into space tomorrow morning BST. We cannot give exact times due to the weather conditions. We will keep everyone updated. Whoa. Is it loading? Okay, there we go. This is sick. That's pretty dang cool. I wish it would load. Oh, sorry, Fooly. Okay. The parachute system will be deployed, bringing it into land at a safe speed, where the team will be on hand within minutes to recover all of their equipment throughout the flight. The onboard flight computer will broadcast second-by-second telemetry data for the team to track the flight to ensure safety and airspace compliance. The team, they have to be spending a lot of money for this type of stuff. Which one of these wallets is their marketing wallet? It has to be one of these. It has to be. I would be very surprised if it's not one of these two. Can someone let me know? Um, his, his name is Taco Neen, and he's already called you out in like 2 or 3 videos. What does he want from me? Tell him to leave me alone. All right. Let's see. Which one of these is their marketing wallet? I'd be so surprised if it's not one of these. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. All right. So, all right, let's get back to ranking this thing. So, security. Let's figure this thing out. So, do we know who the owner? I saw it just in. Co-founder Tobias Gooden. Do they not have LinkedIn's? Hey, do they have LinkedIn's? So, oh, the owner himself, William Henry. Tobias, that sounds really, really familiar. Tobias Gooden sounds really, really, really familiar. Okay. Okay, so it's already a successful company. I think that definitely helps a lot with security. Did we see an audit? I can't remember. Are they audited? We've been at over 100 people in the stream the whole entire time. This is absolutely insane. Okay. Are they audited yet, guys? They're audited. Yes, they do. Who and where? Okay. Yes. Okay, it is. Okay, cool. All right. I hope they put the audit on here. I'd love to see it. Okay, so that's good. So they're audited. No major whale issues. What are these? Someone let me know. I can't find the token distribution. What is this 32%? What's the 15%? They're audited by Certic. Okay. Can someone let me know what these two wallets right here are? And then once we know this, we'll go forward. Check him in LinkedIn. Yeah, it sounds very familiar. I'll look it up in a second. Check out William Henry's LinkedIn. Okay. Hopefully someone in here knows what these wallets are. Because that'll help me with security. And then once we get this, we'll go forward. We'll pretty much be done. Because I know about what I want to do with the other ones. All right. We got to kind of get moving, so I'm not going to start diving too far into LinkedIn's or anything like that. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. One of them is the PancakeSwap V2 router. Okay, cool. I wonder which one it is. Let me see. Maybe it's in the contract. It's not here. These wallets are mine. Okay. Because that's a lot, guys. Like that's a lot of the total supply right there. So that's why I'm just kind of concerned on what they are and why they don't say what they are on the website. 30% locked wallet is 10% marketing, 5% developer, 5% charity, and 10% tokens to save to add liquidity. Okay, I don't like that at all. Let me reword that. I don't like that it's all one wallet. If there is a way for that to be split up, it absolutely needs to, in my opinion. Like it. The issue is that there's a lack of transparency there, right? And so like what I mean by that is like when there are so many different things coming out of that wallet, there's a lot of transactions coming out of it, and being able to track each one's hard because like say charity's not one that you're gonna see daily transactions from. You know what I mean? And so I'd really like to see with this one that this somehow gets split up in a way or something, man. But I don't know how they do it. Because having all of that in one 30% wallet is really hard to track and be transparent behind it. It's rough. And so I definitely think that somewhat hurts security a bit. But the security looks pretty good. It'll get the same as M content, a 7 on a speculative ranking. On this ranking system, it would have been a little less. But on a speculative ranking, it'll get a little bit higher. Engagement seems to be great from what I could see. I'm not really seeing any issues there. In terms of just, updating people, letting them know the marketing plans and everything. Presentation is fantastic. Big fan of their presentation there. Big 13. Marketability, super duper marketable. Another 13 as well. And then progress. Let's think on progress. Oh, yay! I think. Okay, cool. All right, let's see. Progress. What do y'all think about progress? Because this is hard because they're already an established company. They're just new to the crypto space in a way. Arranging initial audit by Certic. Regular AMAs on Telegram. I'd say they're making decent progress. I would say they're making decent progress. Nothing crazy, though. I'm not going to lie. Nothing crazy, but decent progress. For a speculative crypto, I'd say decent progress. All right, let's see what this is. Let's see. So we got a 15 plus a 9 plus a 13 plus a 25 is a 62 out of 75, which gives them an 82. I think that makes sense because there is a... Yeah, okay, so everyone's about the same with me, 12, 13 out of 15. There's a lot of room to improve in the delivery, okay? Just in terms of how they're going to, like, how they presented the information presentation. Like, some of the info is kind of hard to find. I think as they do go forward, I think that'll be good. Once they get a Certic audit, that helps with security a lot. I really like the idea. I really think that, if you click on the 30% wallet, you can see multiple addresses. Got you. Okay, so it's not it's multiple wallets within a locker. Okay, cool. That definitely helps. Yeah. So I would just say they just need to keep going. I mean, I would say that's about the biggest. Like, if anything between an 80 to a 90% on a speculative ranking system is actually really good. And I think I said a 62 out of 75. So let me update that. Yeah. So I would say anything 80 to an 85 is the average for good crypto projects that are speculative, that are just new. And I think going forward, I would like to see them get that Certic audit complete. People were saying it was done. It doesn't look like it's done, but it looks like they're in the works on it. So I'd like to see that get complete. I would like to see them update us and just update on what those wallets are, how the token distribution is broken down, and things like that. And then keep doing what they're doing. The marketing is fantastic, and I think that's going to help them a lot. And I think as they do go forward, as they reach some of these milestones that they've set for themselves, I think that it's going to slowly start to grow it. And then I think season 2, we see them back. I think season 2, we see them back on our ranking system #1. For sure. Okay. Whew. Guys. Jeez. Long stream. long stream. But I'm going to go check out that other guy who's also talking to us. But oh man, that is pretty good, man. We had some absolutely fantastic cryptos today. This is probably our best lineup of cryptos that we've checked out in an accumulation and within one day, and I'm very excited about that. 2 hours was hard. I probably cannot do that again. Streaming for 2 hours, it's just my voice is raspy, and I drove for 7 hours last night, and but killed it, dudes. 125 likes, over 200 or 2,000 viewers, which is crazy. 2 hours long. I mean, that was fantastic. And we've had some of the absolute best cryptos within one day that we've ever checked out. So I'm very ecstatic, guys. So with that, that is going to be about it for today's stream. That's going to be about all I do have. I do appreciate all of you who did join in. I'm going to jump into the chat for a sec, of course, and kind of see what everyone's up to. Let's see. We got End of the World. Check him while we're here. We'll take him down. Do not leave Taco, whatever his name is, leave him alone. I don't know what he doesn't like about me, but it doesn't matter, guys. Like, this is the space. Like no matter what you do in life, like there's always going to be people who just don't like it. And he doesn't know me. I don't know him. And so, him judging me based off of, like, I don't care. I don't care about the judgment of others who don't know me personally. That's something I live by, especially while I do have a platform. So leave him alone. Like don't go bother him. But yeah, I do appreciate everyone who did join in. I really do appreciate it, especially those of you who have been in here for 2 hours long. Like Jim Jarvis, I saw you in the beginning of the stream. Like, I absolutely love it. I appreciate all of you who did join in. And again, I will be back tomorrow with another episode of Gem Finders. This is one of my favorite ones that we have done so far, and I'm excited to see where it does go. Tune in towards the end of the month as we are going to be our overall series, and I will see you all very, very soon, guys. Stay safe, please. It's a crazy world, and I will see you all very soon. Peace, people.